Welcome from the KYD cabin for this special Thanksgiving episode.
We can't wait to dive into this. If you don't know who we are and you just tuned in for the turkey, we're Mark and Trish. We travel all over the place, usually in our rig, and we love just bringing fun stories every Sunday. But today, we're coming to you from the test kitchen. That's the turkey test kitchen.
Yeah, so what are we doing? We are gonna deep fry a turkey, which we've never done.
Yeah.
And we're going to smoke a turkey because this year we're having 20 people over to the cabin.
Yeah.
And we want to keep the kitchen completely free, the oven free. And we want to, we've always wanted a deep fried turkey. It looks absolutely delicious, right? And so we thought we would share with you the process of deep frying with some safety tips. And then also smoking a turkey. Now, if you're wondering what happened to the beard and how come we're home, there's still lots of Route 66 to come. And the explanation with the beard, things got a bit crazy in Amarillo.
Can I get your attention to the main stage?
But there's still a lot more to come from down to Tulsa, Oklahoma, and then of course the Gateway Arch, and through Texas, New Mexico. So lots more to come on Route 66.
After the big turkey test, we're gonna sit down, talk about what went right, what went wrong, some helpful tips for you, and also how do you tackle the holidays when you travel, especially if you've decided to go full-time in your RV. We've done that for quite some time, and so we might have a few things for you to think about, maybe fold into your plans.
And now let's talk about the equipment. So you can see back here there is a deep fryer that we got, okay, that's one. And then we are like thrilled that we have the Recteq 1250. Okay, this is the...
She's a beast.
That's a perfect word for it, okay? So we have been chatting with Greg, who is the chief chef for Recteq. Actually, he's the director of culinary innovation.
Yes, I love that title. That's really
fun.
fun.
And the short version is Trish and Greg are gonna do some cooking together.
What's up, Recteq family? I'm Chef Greg, and today we're gonna do something super simple. We'll show you how to do some Johnny Trigg style St. Louis ribs.
But for right now, we are testing out the Recteq, and so far it has been amazing. And so we're gonna smoke that. That's gonna take longer than the deep fry, right? So we should probably get started with that and kick this off, yeah?
Okay, let's get started with the smoker. We got a little bird here, this little baby, this little beaut is about 10 pounds. Now, when you're trying to figure out how big do I need my bird, I go about 1.5 pounds per person. Now, if you look it up, it's a pound per person, but I think we all want leftovers. So I usually shoot for about 1.5 pounds. We're going to put this in the smoker at about 325, not about, at 325. Now, if I have like a 18-pound bird to a 20-pound bird, we're talking about like 3¼ to 3.5 hours, but this is a smaller bird. So I'm thinking we're gonna be under 2 hours, but we're gonna give you that exact time when we're done. Okay, let's talk about spices. You know I love spices. I have my own blend line and the feedback has been so much fun. Now, what I get to do, and it is a real treat, Recteq sent me a bunch of spices. And I believe that this is going to hold up to a long smoke and it's gonna really complement a chicken or a turkey. So that those are, you know, the light meats. This is what we're gonna do. Now, if you want to work with the holy trilogy, okay, of holiday spices, that's sage, rosemary, and thyme. So if you can get those fresh, you're gonna put those in your stuffing, you'll probably dabble them in other things, and also for your gravy, if you're gonna make some gravy on the side. So those are the herbs that you're looking for. Does it have rosemary, thyme, sage? Boom, you've been transported to Thanksgiving. So before we get into these spices, and I'll show you exactly what I'm gonna do, I am going to spatchcock this bird. If you've never heard that word before, really all we're doing is cutting the spine out and we're laying it flat so that it will cook quicker, more evenly, and I believe that it's not quite as dry because the smoke time is less. Okay, I've rinsed her out.
Ooh, I'm a little chiropractor. Yeah. Dang, can you do me next?
Now I don't want to take this out because it's really actually going to give me a surface area to hit the smoker so the smoke can go up through the bones, bring in all that yummy flavor.
Wow.
Yeah, and not dry out the breast. So, and that's really important. So I'm going to wash my hands and I'm going to lather this with seasoning. Okay, because again, it's a long smoke and we want to give it lots of flavor. And then I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to put some oil on the skin, and then I'm gonna lather it again. Yay! Here we go. She's gonna be so good.
Hey, thanks for getting those, Caleb.
Yeah, you're welcome.
There are some things we must share with you about how to do this safely. This video is not your research, okay? You're gonna have to go do your own proper research to make sure you do this safely. Let me just tell you why. We learned that when this thing when deep frying a turkey first started, roughly 4,300 houses burned down. If you wanna do this and not die, there's some things you have to understand, like for instance, oil and water do not mix. A lot of people, they get this boiling up and they put a frozen turkey inside here, kaboom, all right? That's one. Second thing is you've gotta make sure that you do a little test run, like inside, we filled this up with water.
I filled this with water. I'm standing the turkey up, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull it out, and then wherever that water level is, that's where we're gonna fill the oil to. But we need to bring this bad boy out and let him sit over here and completely pat him dry, make sure that we go in the crevice, make sure there's no water, because water and oil do not like each other. That is a splash fest.
I will tell you, that is a lot of oil, Trish.
Yeah. Woo. Okay.
Okay, already in like the first 4 seconds, I could tell some of the safety issues. Maybe you don't have gloves on, and someone reaches down there to pick up the pot and they don't realize the pot is hot, and then they grab it and they go, ah, and then the thing spills over. I mean, there are so many ways to mess this up. Just take your time, make sure, especially Thanksgiving, imagine you have all these people over and family and kids. So what we've decided to do is have kind of a designated area out front, nice and flat, that actually rolls down to the street. So if there is an issue, we have that going on for us. So, and the kids can stay behind the gate. So these are some of the precautions that we've taken. I'm sure there's more. So again, do your due diligence. Back to Trish.
Okay, now we're gonna talk about the most important part, your herbs. I'm gonna make an herb butter to go inside the turkey, in between the layer of the skin and the turkey breast. It's so good. I do this every year, but this year I'm gonna use my own blends. I'm so excited about it. So I put 2 tablespoons of this, 2 sticks of butter, and I mix it around, make it totally blended, and then I slowly work it in with my hand. Now, one of the biggest questions that people ask is to brine or not to brine. You don't have to brine your turkey. Now, brining is putting it in a kind of like a sodium, otherwise known as a salt bath, in a salt bath, and usually there's salt, there's sugar, there's so many great brines online. I would go ahead and do that today because of the lack of time. We didn't brine it last night, but I would do that. Just adds a depth of flavor and make sure that your turkey is extra moist. So, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna put that butter in between the breasts, and we're gonna coat it with a bunch of herbs, and we're gonna drop it in that deep fryer.
Boom.
All right, now when you put them in, you gotta be careful you don't catch a wing. Okay?
I'm always concerned about that.
Yeah. Wait, other side. Okay.
No, I got it.
Okay, good.
There we go. All right, I'm gonna step back a little bit.
And go slow.
Yours is gonna start snapping, so step back a little bit.
Oh, it smells so good already. That's crazy. It smells good. Yeah, I'm gonna pull it at 163.
Oh my gosh.
Woo. Reaching back up to 350.
It is, and it didn't take long either.
It smells so good.
Does it? It does smell good.
Listen, if you like French fries, come on. You want something to drink? Sit on the chairs?
Yeah, sure.
Because we got to be out here watching it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. We got 3 minutes and 5 seconds left. I think it's probably good. You want to?
No. We're going to go to the end.
We're gonna go to the end.
Yeah, because I don't want to have to drop it back in.
All right.
Might be dry, but at least we'll know.
Okay, that's a good point.
Yeah.
This is a test turkey after all, right?
Okay, here we go.
Do this nice and slow.
Nice and slow.
Oh.
Here she is. She's beautiful. Woo!
Nice. What are you doing? What are you doing, Charlie? Oh, uh-oh. All right, well, that's good to know. Uh-oh, it's still climbing.
Way overcooked.
Uh-oh, I don't know if people can see because it's kind of flashing, but that's 174.
Oh.
Oh.
Dry.
Well, this is why we do test turkeys.
Dry. Okay, I did 3.5 minutes times the pounds of the bird. 3 minutes.
That's pretty dang good, right?
Mm-hmm. You're just going at it with pitchfork.
Well, it's just us, right?
There's hope because this is so good. The skin is so good. So all I need to do is get that bird saltier by brining it and putting the sugar
and
the salt
and cook it
less.
Out of this world, huh?
Absolutely love this vintage cutting board.
Oh, isn't that awesome?
Yes. So when you cut up here, all the juices fall back.
I found that on eBay after going to Will and Sue's house.
Yes.
There we go. Wow. There we go. 162. Well, I think we're good, Trish. I think it should go up to 160, right? You pull at 163? What? That smells so good. Okay.
Wow. Oh my gosh. That's gorgeous. I'm wondering if we should just smoke 2 turkeys. Look at how gorgeous that is. We have all the room.
You mean you could put 2 in there?
Yeah.
One on the top shelf, one on the bottom shelf?
No, right next to each other.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, let's see how this turns out.
This is so much easier.
Let's see how it turns out.
Okay.
Yeah, wow. It's just based off of looks and smells. This is winning.
Winning.
Seriously.
I love how dark the skin is.
Oh, it looks gorgeous. It's so hot to touch. Okay, cool. I'm gonna take that off right here.
It's gorgeous.
I'm gonna put it right there. What I have learned to do is instead of taking the breast, which is very, very tempting, to kind of slice it off like deli meat, right? Like going like this. It ends up going against the grain and it kind of splinters the meat and it makes it dry. Even a very moist, perfectly well cooked turkey can end up a little dry, I've noticed. So what I learned from Bobby Filet about a decade ago, we're doing some YouTube research on this, is to take the entire breast completely off of the turkey. So I'm gonna cut it here, I wanna get it out. And I know a lot of people are not gonna like this electric knife, and I agree, a sharp knife is great, but I just like this. Now, what I can do...
I'm gonna zoom in for that.
Okay, well now what I can do is I'm gonna try it without messing up the skin. I'm gonna cut it like this. Now here's what I want you to see as I do this. If you open that up, you see how the juices are literally falling down like this? And then what's really great about this technique is once you get it all done, like that.
It's gorgeous.
But I just love the way that the breast presents itself at Thanksgiving, and I think it retains the moisture inside the meat, which I love. So, thanks to Bobby Filet for that tip a decade ago or so. Ooh, it is moist, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh. Even the breast meat is moist.
I know. Well, I haven't had the dark meat yet. Let's cut into some dark meat. Okay, Trish, what did you learn?
I learned that I love being next to a fireplace.
Fall is here.
Well, yeah, winter, that's
Winter
what it
is
feels
coming.
like. What did I learn? I learned that brining is king, and brining, I just touched on it really fast, is soaking your turkey about 24 hours in advance in like a salt, sugar, herb, whatever you want to do, mix, and then it's in water, a vat of water, and then you take that out and it puts flavor through the whole entire turkey, and it softens, loosens, in layman's terms, all the protein, ligaments and everything. Yeah.
So I would say without brining, either one, they turned out amazing, and I think we overcooked both of them, which is exactly why you have always done a test turkey.
I always do a test turkey. Well, I shouldn't say always, but for many, many years I've been doing a test turkey, and that's because how often do you really cook a turkey? Once a year, and it's supposed to come out good. And you may or may not be drinking a few cocktails. You may or may not be chatting with 5, 10, 15, 20 people at your house. How are you supposed to pull off a dinner? I think the art of Thanksgiving is bringing together multiple dishes at the same time so you can eat a hot, meal. That's the art of Thanksgiving.
Yes, and it's not really as much as effort as we put into the turkey. It's not really even about the turkey, right?
No.
There's so many sides and drinks and
Oh, I
desserts.
thought you meant the people.
Oh, well, yeah. well, I mean, of course. But I mean, in terms of food related,
Yes.
the turkey gets all the attention, but really it's about everything, right?
Yes.
Okay, what would you say if it was a competition, and I don't think either one represented as well as it's going to on Thursday.
Yes.
But which one do you think won if there was one?
Smoking.
Really?
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
For so many reasons, maybe, right?
I think that well, yeah, for so many reasons. It's super easy. It's
my, is it
like,
easy.
It was like a no-brainer with the equipment that we have.
Yes.
And so anyway, but the skin on the deep fried turkey was so good.
Yeah.
So anyway, I just loved the color that came out of the smoker.
Then
I
there's
loved
that.
the flavor. That was the easiest turkey I've ever made in my entire life. And that's it. I think that I would tone down the seasoning a little bit. That had a little bit of just a little bit of heat.
It was a little spicy, and
Yeah.
and then and the lemon herb. I think your lemon herb, and not like shameless plug here, but a lemon herb would be perfect for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, so let's take a break real quick. Carson's here with some groceries so that I can deliver on Thursday.
And we want to talk about real quick, what is it like to, or some tips maybe on celebrating Thanksgiving or any holiday in an RV. So that'll be next.
Yes. Mark, will you come unlock this? Okay, we just put away the groceries. I love curbside pickup. That was from Walmart. I put in my order. I send Carson the address. This is how you can get your kids to do grocery shopping for you. He pulls in, says what parking spot,
Yeah.
done, brings it home. I can't believe that someone went grocery shopping for me for free. It's so cool. I never get over that. Okay, that's
All
it.
right, so now let's talk about celebrating holidays in an RV or on the road.
Yes.
Okay, and I mean, Tricia's gonna have most of the tips here.
Oh.
Okay, but I'm just gonna start by saying that when we first hit the road, and we were truly full time for like 2.5 years before we bought the cabin. What was really neat for us is that we were able to have Thanksgiving with family that we wouldn't normally get to have Thanksgiving with, or any type of holiday, because they were far away. I mean, now Trish will go to Florida. She'll just drive there in the blink of an eye. She'll be like, "Oh, let's go to Florida." But before we had an RV, Texas seemed really far away.
I know.
And so it was kind of neat once we got the RV. We're like, hey, and then we had these family reunions with my mom's side of the family
Yes.
out in Arkansas and different places. And so I would say, just to kick this conversation off, think of your RV as providing an opportunity to experience Thanksgiving with family that you might not normally get to be with.
Well, okay. I love that.
Okay, come here.
So does Charlie.
Where's your ball?
So does
Sit,
Charlie.
sit.
So I
Sit.
think that when you're thinking about the holidays, think about the things that you not necessarily have control over, but you have influence on. And some of those things are related to how you feel around the holidays. So what is it that gets you jazzed, right? Is it the feeling of love, being around friends and family? And then maybe that means you need to make sure that your RV is in whatever side of the country that is, or it has a place to be while you get on a plane and go spend time. Maybe it is the smells and tastes of the holidays. I think that that's so important for me. I love food. It makes or breaks a trip for me. And so if you want to, maybe you don't go out to eat all the time, but when it comes to a holiday, you're like, we are going out somewhere nice, and I'm going to have like the yummiest dinner, and that sets the tone for you. Or maybe it's the decorations and where there's the energy of the holidays. And I would say that you really need to make sure that you're going somewhere that actually celebrates the holiday that you enjoy. Because like if you Fort Wilderness celebrates everything
They do,
all the
they do.
time in a
Very
big,
well.
huge way. And there's just this immediate community of all the RVs. So that's super fun. But, we went to the Biltmore Estate.
Oh, yes.
And that gets fully decked out for
So
Christmas.
many people talked about how amazing the Biltmore Estate is
Yes.
for Christmas.
Yeah. So, we were, 4th of July is one of my favorite holidays. And I just love the whole day. I like eating during the day and barbecuing. I like hanging out with family and seeing fireworks at night. And we were in Alaska one year. The sun never sets in the summer. So it was just kind of like, I know it seems silly, but if you enjoy something, that's one of the ways that you can help yourself not get bummed out, if that makes sense. Not like I got bummed out. I was in Alaska. It was amazing. But in my mind, I thought, well, this was neat, but I don't want to be here again for July.
Yes.
Just because that holiday is special.
But there
to
were
me.
lots of small towns that had like the fire department had parades and things. It was a different type, but that's a good point. And then the other thing is too, this time last year we were out going down Route 100. You see that I almost said Route 100. Maybe it is Route 100 out there and Route 66. But
it's Route 66.
But that was a great place to be in the fall. And so sometimes Trish and I plan where we might be based upon the time of the year and things of this nature.
Totally, because it's going to give you some energy. So whatever that thing is for you, just taking a moment and kind of going, what is it that I really enjoy? What are the feelings that I normally get that make me happy? Because continuing your happiness gives you energy. And so I do think that it's important to just take a hot second and figure out what that is and where you need to be with your rig.
Okay, so we've deep fried a turkey, we've smoked a turkey. It's going to be even better now with some things that you've learned.
Yeah.
We've covered some things as it relates to like what to do on the holidays. Here's the question.
What?
What are we having on Thursday?
Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Okay, we have 2 different kinds of sweet potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
We have like cubed but both have marshmallows on top. Okay. And then there's like a souffle one. We have a stuffing. Here's my stuffing really quickly. It's traditional, but I use sourdough bread and I use sweet sausage and spicy sausage.
Yeah.
And so when you put those 2 things together, it's good. Mm-hmm. Okay. And then
don't you do a little stovetop in there too?
No, your mom does that, and it's
pretty
amazing.
Good. It's pretty good.
Really
I think
good.
I always grew up with my mom embellishing stovetop. So she'd take stovetop and then add in like, all the carrots and the things like this.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, I always thought it was pretty good.
Celery, onions, that's what she,
I don't know, I just like when can we...
Carrots get the chicken wing.
Okay.
Just so that you know.
Okay.
Whatever.
Just in case.
Just in case.
You listen to Mark, but you wouldn't.
I don't know what your traditions are. I don't know. I've never been over to your house.
How about we do that? How about you say but leave comments down below as to your single favorite dish for Thanksgiving.
Please tell us.
Single favorite dish.
What was yours when you grew up?
My mom made this Jello thing with the.
She's bringing it.
She's bringing it, with the. I don't know what it was. Was it Cool Whip and the Jello thing? And it,
we call it a Jello slide.
We call it a Jello slide because one year it didn't turn out and it slid down, and so it's always been. Why is that? And when something doesn't turn out, that's the year it gets the reputation.
Yes. Yeah.
But
anyway, okay, Jello salad.
And you?
For me, it's just good turkey and gravy and mashed potatoes. Like that little trio right there.
That's the one thing.
That's really
turkey,
all I need.
Gravy and mashed potatoes. That's your one thing.
Yes, that's my one thing.
Awesome.
It all comes together. You know, there's no teams in Thanksgiving. Okay, we're all in the pool.
There's no teams?
No.
Oh, competition.
No, I don't mean teams. I mean sometimes people are like, no, my vegetables are on this side of the plate. My mashed potatoes are here. Not on Thanksgiving. Everything is just
goes there.
Boom. So, and if you can't go out, you go up. You just look at people's plate.
All right, we just want to take a minute to say how grateful we are to have the KYD community.
Yes.
And to be able to share our adventure and hear from you and all the adventures that everyone is taking and the little changes that people are making in their life so they can get out there and hit the road and make memories and be with family and connect with family. That's what it's all about.
Yeah. So it's been a pleasure for us to hang out with you here on Sunday, the Sunday before Thanksgiving. And we do hope that you have the best time no matter where you are or who you're spending it with. We hope that you just dive in and have just a wonderful day. And we're happy to be here with you right now.
And then we are going to have Route 66 episodes through the new year. There is really a lot to come, and it was a great trip. And it's not over yet because, as you know, the KYD cabin is kind of off of Route 66. So we're going to continue to make our way down and finish in Santa Monica, and lots to come. And then we're already starting to plan for next year. We have big plans that we cannot wait to share with you. So the best is yet to come. We're glad you're here. Happy Thanksgiving, and we'll catch you next Sunday.
Bye for now.
Which, by the way, quick tip here, I know you know this, but I'm a little impatient. You might want to read the instructions all the way through before you start step 1. That'll avoid you putting on the legs, then thinking you put the legs on wrong and taking off the legs, then to find out that no, they were on there right and having to put the legs back on, theoretically.
Oh brother, I can't watch.
A, Pro, B. So I'm gonna set it to 400, and then when it gets up to temperature, I'm gonna let it run for an hour, just to smoke out any of the shipping and handling per the instructions. And then we'll cool it back down through the shutdown procedure. And Trish is on her way to get 2 fresh turkeys, one for the smoker, one for the deep fryer. Okay, come on, Charlie. Time to go inside. Come on. Good boy. We didn't use that. We didn't die. We didn't use that fire extinguisher behind you.
We have to do that twice. So let's knock on wood.
Okay.
And hope that it all works out on
Yes,
Thanksgiving.
yes,
But
yes.
how do you know that you have teenage boys that are coming home from school and you have to feed a lot of people?
Mm-hmm.
A stack of frozen pizzas.
That's funny.
I can tell you need this. It's supposed to sit. Here, why don't you use a plate? Here, use a plate.
No plate.
Come on. Come on.
I see what you mean about the brining.
Yeah, it needs more salty
But-
depth.
I'll tell you what. I mean, that's pretty dang good, right?
Mm-hmm.